Hello students, today we are going to take a virtual field trip to the rainforest. As we go through the trees and bushes, I want you to look for animals that live there and take notes about their adaptations and how it helps them survive. You can pause the field trip at any time and take notes. You will use your notes to complete an activity at the end of the field trip. We are going on this trip together so that we won't get lost. Let's get started. We will be visiting the Blue Creek Rainforest Reserve, but first we need to know where it is on the map. Here is a map of the world. The reserve is located in Central America. Central America is the small yellow spot we see right here. Once we get to Central America, we need to locate Belize, which is where the creek is. Once in Belize, we have to find the Toledo district, which is in the southern part of the country of Belize. Now we can see that the reserve is right here where this red star is. So let's click on it and see where we go. We're ready to begin our visit of the Blue Creek Reserve. Welcome to the Blue Creek Rainforest Reserve in Belize. We hope you didn't have too much trouble finding the reserve. At this point, we can learn a little bit more about the tropical rainforest before we begin our walk. We can do that by watching a video. This is the tropical rainforest. Only a few shafts of light break through the dense canopy, 17 stories above your head. While your eyes adjust to the profound shade, take a deep breath. Complex aromas dominated by the rich smell of decay fill the heavy wet air. Delicate floral scents waft by you in waves, with 95% humidity and no breeze. A layer of moisture instantly dampens your skin. But look around and any discomfort quickly vanishes. Your eyes are now accustomed to the low light, and you focus on the profusion of colorful plants and flowers. Invigorated by the heavy rainfall and steamy temperatures, the growth here is as lush and verdant as in the greenhouse. Yet surprisingly, the ground is almost bare, and you can walk among the great trees with relative ease. Now close your eyes and listen to the sounds of the forest. Now that we have visualized what it is to be walking in the rainforest, we are ready to get started. Let's take a look around to see what types of animals we might run into. Now, as you can see, the rainforest is very vast, so we have to stick together. Unfortunately, we won't be able to see everything, but we're going to be making stops along the way together and looking for adaptations. Let's take a look around this area and see if there are any animals that we can sight. Oh, I see a jaguar. Let's click on the jaguar to learn a little bit more. Jaguars are the largest cats in the New World. However, due to habitat loss, they have had dramatic effect on jaguars' population, making them close to extinction. The jaguar is nocturnal. They stalk their prey silently. Its beautifully spotted coat provides camouflage, which is a great adaptation for them to have. They also have good hearing and retractable claws. And, of course, great eyesight. Now let's continue on our field trip to see what other animals we can run into. The animals here in the rainforest have varied food sources. We have carnivores as well as omnivores. Let's see what kind of animals we find. Oh, here's a herbivore, a tapir. These animals look like pigs but are actually related to horses and rhinos. The front of their feet have 4 hoof-clad toes and their back have 3, for a total of 14 hoofs. These animals are also believed as national animals and they're protected throughout the country. These animals are nocturnal. They can manipulate their toes to walk quietly, which is very helpful adaptation. They also spend a lot of time in rivers, which keep them safe from predators. Now let's see what other animals we can find as we continue our tour of the rainforest. You will probably never see many of the animals in the rainforest. Many of them are colored in a way that they blend with their background. This is called coloration. Let's see if we can learn a little bit more about what this means. Many organisms use cryptic coloration as camouflage. The rainforest is full of creatures trying to hide from each other. Most are hoping to avoid predators, others await unsuspecting prey. Organisms often go to elaborate lengths to avoid detection. Moths can mimic damaged leaves. Some caterpillars look like feces. Some creatures go even further. Let's see what types of animals we can find hidden in these pictures. The red-eyed tree frog doesn't have defense mechanisms like poison, so their color helps them blend in with the surroundings. Parrots are quite vividly colored when you see them in a pet store and home, but in their native environment they blend in quite well. This praying mantis benefits in two ways from looking like a leaf. One, it is able to hide from predators and also able to hide from prey. This moth has an elaborate disguise as a damaged dead leaf. It can still fly despite their holes and rips in its wings. Finally, this caterpillar looks like bird droppings. This camouflage allows the insect to sit in many shapes and positions but not be noticed by predators. Let's continue on our journey. We'll follow this path back to the river, then head for the caves. Let's take a look around and see what types of things we find. Let's learn a little bit about warning coloration. Warning coloration is the animal's equivalent of a biohazard sign. Many creatures generate toxins that detect predators, but a predator has first to eat the animals to learn if it's poisonous, which doesn't help the animal. It still gets eaten. Warning coloration indicates that an animal is poisonous. Once a predator eats a few nasty tasting brightly colored animals, then it avoids them again. Let's take a look at these two snakes. They look almost identical, although one is poisonous and one isn't. So let's take a look at this one. Uh-oh, this one is a coral snake, one of the deadliest snakes in North America. These colors are a warning. Now let's take a look at this other one that looks very similar. They were able to eat this one right up. It is not poisonous, although it looks like a deadly coral snake. But it does help this snake avoid predators because they might think it's poisonous, just like the coral snake. Let's continue and see what else we can find. Here we're standing on the rocky bed of a dried out tributary. Here there are many beautiful butterflies, some who are non-poisonous, but they mimic poisonous ones so that they will not get eaten. Here we have a butterfly. Butterflies are among the most beautiful and delicate of the rainforest inhabitants. They are closely related to moths but have slimmer bodies and long, narrow antennae. Let's look at their behavior. Most butterflies are dilumal. Some prefer strong sunlight, others stay in the deep rainforest shade. Many butterflies become poisonous or unpalatable from eating toxic plants. Their bright colors warn birds to keep away. These are all great adaptations to help them survive. We are almost at the end of our tour. We have a couple more stops to go. We are just approaching the cave. Here the temperature is lower as the waterfall has a cooling effect. Now let's take a look around and see if we can spot the moth. It seems to be very well hidden somewhere in these rocks. There it is. A moth's best defense is camouflage, which is why many moths have dual or speckled patterns. A few moths are active during the day, and these are usually bright colored. Some moths have eye spots to frighten or confuse predators. The dust on a moth's wings is really thousands of tiny scales which help the moth fly. Most moths are nocturnal and roost during the day. One theory suggests that moths navigate using points of light, such as the moon. You often see moths slowly spiraling toward a light. Their antennae contain chemical detectors to help locate food. Moths also have ears able to detect high frequencies, such as those of a bat swooping in for the kill, which is our great adaptation. Let's continue to our final stop before we start heading back. Here, the Blue Creek Cave extends for about 6 miles underground and was used by the ancient Mayans as a travel route. Let's see if we can find the kinkajou peeking out from behind a rock. There it is. These animals are small arboreal mammals related to raccoons. They're about 1 meter long, half of which is their long tail. In Belize, they are sometimes called banshees because of their loud calls. These animals are nocturnal and normally live alone. However, if the tree produces large amounts of fruit, they sometimes share it with other kinkajous. They communicate with each other using scent and sound. They can turn their hind feet backwards, which lets them climb down trees quickly and easily. Another great adaptation. I hope you enjoyed this trip to the rainforest. Now you will do a follow-up activity using what you have learned about adaptations. Good luck!